Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're thinking about retiring, relocating, coming to Austin from out of state, this video is for you. We're going to look at 5 specific areas that many out of state buyers regret moving to. It's not that these places are bad, but they often don't match what retirees, relocators expect, especially if you're not familiar with Austin lifestyle, suburb lifestyle. So I'm going to look at why these areas can be a mismatch and help you avoid potentially a costly mistake. Let's jump right into this cautionary tale. So I've seen this story play out many times. A couple from California did all their research, visited Austin in the spring, and fell in love with the city's charm. But just 8 months later, they were already looking to move again. The brutal summer heat, unexpected isolation, and traffic to medical appointments completely changed their daily life. They made a common mistake, choosing a place based on a short visit and online photos, rather than understanding how it truly functions for retirement relocation year round, right? This leads us to what I'm going to be covering some today. So what are we going to tackle in this video? We're going to cover 2 crucial things you need to know before you buy. First, I'm going to reveal the 5 Austin areas that out-of-state relocators, retirees should really think twice about. And second, talk about the single biggest mistake most out-of-state buyers make, and more importantly, how you can avoid it. Remember, none of these areas are inherently bad, and they just might not be the right fit if you don't fully understand what you're getting into, because it's a huge decision to move out of state move to another state, and then also like a huge investment, especially with the prices in Austin. And this is especially true because Austin isn't just one market. What do I mean by that? So specifically, like talking about retirement, Austin is not one retirement market. And this is often the biggest surprise for out-of-state buyers. You see, Austin is a collection of dramatically different communities, each with its own unique lifestyle, price point, and culture. You can have 2 communities literally 10 to 15 minutes apart with completely different property tax rates, HOA structures, access to healthcare, traffic, certain grocery stores, restaurants, lifestyle. It can be totally different. So understanding these distinctions is a key to finding your perfect spot. And that brings us to the first area to consider carefully, the far hill country. So the 5th area to consider carefully is the far hill country. It's absolutely beautiful, offering more land for your money, spectacular views, and a quiet rural lifestyle. But it's also much further than you might think. A couple from Chicago discovered that a 50-minute drive quickly became 75 to 90 minutes in summer traffic and during rush hour, making simple errands or doctor's appointments a half-day affair. The reality of 2-lane highways and limited grocery options can add unexpected friction to daily life, especially when the summer heat keeps you indoors more than you think. So who is the far hill country actually good for? This is a great fit if you're a full-time retiree or who really prioritizes quiet, space, and nature over constant convenience. This area works best for buyers who rarely need to travel into central Austin, or those who specifically want that rural Texas escape. But if you should definitely think twice if you plan to drive into Austin regularly for dining, entertainment, or medical care. You also need to consider if you value proximity to the airport, and if you haven't tested that with the commute, what it actually feels like in summer traffic or just like during work and school, then that's something important here too. So my pro tip here is to start from the community and drive to a grocery store or restaurant. See how it actually feels before you commit. So now let's move on to our next area, which is a very different kind of trap. So the central and East Austin urban neighborhoods, what I call the trendy neighborhood trap. These areas seem perfect on paper, walkable, vibrant, and close to everything. Out-of-state buyers often expect great restaurants, easy access to downtown, and an overall active lifestyle. But what they discover after 6 months is that their neighbors are mostly working millennials and tech workers. There are no organized social activities, and for their age group, no built-in fitness classes, golf communities, or pickleball leagues. This can lead to social isolation, setting in much faster than expected, as one couple from New York found out when they realized what was missing, that built-in community. So this brings us to a key question. How social do you really want to be in retirement specifically? So when you compare an urban neighborhood to a 55 plus community, the differences in social life are pretty stark. In an urban setting, you'll find mixed age neighbors and no built-in activities, meaning you build your own social connections from scratch. A 55 plus community, however, offers neighbors in the same life age with clubs, classes, and leagues already structured for you and your lifestyle. Urban neighborhoods are a great fit for retirees who are socially independent or already have a strong local network, or maybe that have a family with grandkids nearby, something like that. But if you're looking for a ready-made social scene, you'll want to consider the next area we're going to talk about, Lakeway. Lakeway is the third area to consider, especially a Lakeway without the full lifestyle. It consistently lands in every luxury retirement list for good reason, with stunning hill country views, world-class golf, and resort-style atmosphere. But here's what most out-of-state buyers miss. Lakeway's social culture really revolves around the lake lifestyle and private country club memberships. These aren't just for golf, but for dining, events, and community connection. Private club initiation fees and monthly dues can be very expensive, and if you skip the membership and don't own a boat, you're paying Lakeway prices without access to its primary social networks. So let's look at who Lakeway is truly perfect for. Lakeway is perfect, but only if you're buying the full lifestyle. It's ideal for retirees with a strong budget who plan to join the private clubs and want to get out on that water regularly. This area suits those who prioritize luxury and exclusive access over a built-in community. However, you should think twice if country club membership or boating isn't really your thing or in your retirement budget. But if you're expecting a ready-made social community without joining a league, or if you want neighbors in the same life stage without a significant buy-in, Lakeway might not be the right fit for you. If you're just relocating and retirement is something in the distant future, Lakeway is a really good option. There's plenty of communities that aren't in the golf membership type of communities. School district is great. Lots of family-friendly activities. Personally, I've seen couples that spend years trying to build social connections in Lakeway, only to eventually move. And these are retirement couples to 55 plus communities where the social structure was already in place. Now let's move on to a valuable resource that can help you avoid these pitfalls. So before we get into the next area, I want to make sure you know about the free resource that can really help with your search. My Austin Community Guide and compares every major community in one place, giving you all the details that you need. Covers everything from property taxes, HOA fees, dining, entertainment. You can get it in the link in the description. And let's go ahead and move on to our next area. Number 2, Sun City, Georgetown, a place many call the best retirement community in Texas. That's cool. It's known for unmatched number of clubs, interest groups, 3 golf courses, and super golf cart friendly. While it's incredibly affordable compared to other Austin options, out-of-state buyers often miss a few things here. The sheer scale can feel overwhelming. Older sections might seem dated, and HOA restrictions can limit home updates. Plus, appreciation in these older sections is often more limited than in those newer communities. So Sun City isn't a poor choice, but it's a very specific one. And the right buyer makes all the difference. It's a great fit if you love an unmatched variety of activities, want everything you need inside the community, and prioritize affordability. However, you might think twice if you're coming from a newer, smaller community, or if home appreciation is a top priority for you. The other thing, Georgetown is not very close to Austin, and if Georgetown runs right on 35, so just to come into Austin during rush hour, you're looking at 45 minutes to an hour and 15, hour and a half in the busy times. So just something for you to keep in mind. Now let's move on to our number 1 area to consider carefully. So the number 1 area to approach with caution is a brand new master plan communities, especially these fast growth suburbs like Leander and Kyle, which are opposite sides of Austin. Kyle south, Leander is north. I'll add Liberty Hill to this as well, which is even further north than Leander. These places look perfect on paper with stunning marketing and world-class amenities, but the reality often takes years to catch up. You might move into a beautiful home in year 1, but then face years of construction, dust, and noise. Builders often sell new homes with concessions, which can impact your home's appreciation, and it can take 5+ years or more for the community culture to truly form, not to mention for your home to actually appreciate or even to break even. So what was promised as a quiet, serene retirement can become a crowded hassle if communities aren't planned right. So brand new communities aren't inherently bad, but they just offer a different experience that suits specific buyers. They're a great fit if you want to help create a community culture from the ground up, prioritize the newest amenities, and don't mind construction noise. However, if you want a predictable community culture and establish amenities from day one, or if you can't afford to wait years for the community to develop, you should think twice. A good rule of thumb is to look for communities that have been open for at least 5 to 7 years. Next, we'll talk about the biggest mistake out-of-state buyers make, even if they avoid all of these areas that we talked about. So we talked about specific areas to approach with caution, but here's the real kicker. Avoiding these areas isn't enough if you're working with the wrong agent. The biggest mistake out-of-state buyers make isn't picking a bad house, it's picking a generalist agent. It's usually by, visiting a site like Zillow and scheduling a tour from there. Most people just call the agent they see on Zillow or Realtor or use a friend of a friend, but that's a huge misstep. A general agent knows how to sell a house, maybe, but a relocation or retirement specialist knows how to match you with a community that truly fits your lifestyle. So this is where the difference between a generalist and a specialist really shines. And this is somebody who's just experienced. So a general agent can tell you that a house has 3 bedrooms and a nice kitchen, can do a house tour. That's about it. But a specialist knows which communities have wait lists for golf club, where the property taxes are higher, know the ins and outs of all things Austin real estate. They understand the nuances of social communities, medical access, and overall vibe of each place, which is critical for a successful relocation. So how do you find the specialist? Well, you're on the right channel right here. You need to ask these questions on here, and also just make sure that you are working with somebody who not only sold a lot of houses, but also that keeps up to date on all things Austin real estate market, knows these communities, and is putting out good quality information like this YouTube channel, and has one of the fastest growing real estate Austin blogs in the Austin area, which you're looking at them right here. So just to wrap things up, if you're ready to find the perfect Austin community, I can help you navigate all these important decisions. I'm going to look at your specific lifestyle priorities, your budget, whether you want a full-time living, travel-friendly base. My goal is to help you find the right Austin community, no matter what you're doing, relocating, retiring, for a job, whatever. Give me a call, send me a text. All of the information is in the description. And don't forget to download my Austin Community Guide for all things Austin communities, suburbs, to help you find the right fit if you are, if your decision is a little bit far out in advance. But it's always a good idea to connect with a real estate agent. And if you feel a good connection with me on this video, happy to help you. If not, thanks for watching. Subscribe. If you are just starting your Austin research phase, we'll be publishing a lot of cool information on Austin real estate market, communities, and all that good stuff. We'll see you for the next video.